What's up guys, welcome back to a brand new YouTube video. I'm really excited about this video. This is going to be very different to my last couple of vlogs. I wanted to take you guys on a little bit of a journey, on a bit of an adventure today, because we're going to get out of Adelaide. We're going to drive an hour out of Adelaide, and I'm going to take you guys somewhere that is very, very special to me. It's one of my favorite places in the world. It's where I spent a lot of my childhood growing up. And yeah, just going to give you guys a bit more of an insight into me and get a little bit vulnerable and open and honest and share some stuff with you guys in this video. It's been a difficult last week. Unfortunately, lost my grandpa about a week ago. Yeah, it's been a difficult time. You know, whenever you lose someone like that you love so much and has impacted your life so much, it's hard. But yeah, I wanted to take you guys down to a place called Goolwa and Port Elliot. For those of you in Adelaide, you will know it. And yeah, just show you guys some of my favorite spots in the world. The house in which we used to go down and holiday at, that my grandpa basically built. And yeah, just as I said, give you guys a bit more of an insight into me and my life. So I'm excited to share some stuff with you. I've been down this morning to the usual cafe to do my usual journaling and prayer and content and whatnot. Just picked up some food, so I'm going to, what am I gonna do? What's the plan of attack today? I'm gonna eat, I'm gonna head down and train. Legs, I probably won't show you much of that because it's usually much the same. And then yeah, we'll jump in the car, we'll head down to Goolwa, and yeah, we'll go from there. All right, all my errands are done. I've eaten, I've attempted to train. Guys, that was my worst training session that I've had this entire cut and that I've had for a long time. I went to the physio yesterday, so my body was quite tender and I probably shouldn't have trained. My weight was up a little bit this morning, which I'm putting down to probably the inflammation from being beaten up for an hour because it'd been so long since I had seen my physio. So I shouldn't have trained, but anyway, it's just one of those that we put in the bank, we forget about, and we'll get back to it tomorrow. So yeah, in the car now, about to head down. So it's about an hour drive. And I absolutely love coming down here. I love going down there, but more than anything, I love the drive. I love being in the car and just listening to a podcast or being in silence and having time to think. And yeah, I'm excited to go down there and take you guys through a bit of my childhood and yeah, help you guys get to know me a little better. Of course, we've got to get the road trip goods. We can't do a road trip without a Monster or some form of beverage to be sipping on. But I was just lining up and this beautiful old man just came up to me randomly and he's just like, comes like this close to my face. And he's like, why do French people eat snails? I'm like, why do French people eat snails? He's like, because they don't like fast food. It's actually pretty good. And then he just like walked on a bit and he turned around and he goes, the world could use more of a laugh. And I'm like, man, that's so beautiful. Made it to stop number 1 and it is absolutely beautiful down here. So this place is called Goolwa. As I said earlier, it's about an hour out of Adelaide and this is probably the most special place in the world to me. It's where I spent so much of my childhood, my teen years, my adolescence, with the family just about every weekend, every summer holidays, every chance we got, we would come down here. And it's such a great little town because it's right on the river and our old house, which I'm walking to now, was literally right on the river, and then the beach is a minute back the other way. So we had the best of both worlds. This house my grandpa and granny built way back in the day when my dad was young, and it was their second home basically. So we grew up on this river, sailing boats behind the ski boat, canoes, windsurfers, all of these water activities, and it was just the best childhood. One of my missions later in life is to buy a house down here so that when I have my kids, they can have that same experience that I had, because it was just so special. So behind me is the house. So many times spent there and walking literally straight across the road here to get in the water, to swim and to just do fun things. The funniest part is my grandpa was a big builder, so he built lots of boats. He obviously built a house, he built a caravan, and one of his biggest boat that he built was called Valencia. It was a catamaran, so it was a dual hull sailing boat, and he built it in the backyard of that house. And to get it out into the water, he had to get a crane. So the whole street got shut off and it got craned up over the house, over here into the water, which was crazy. It was probably back, I don't know, maybe late 90s or early 2000s, I can't remember. But yeah, so many memories in that house, and it's just such a great place. I don't know about you guys, but I just have these waves of wishing that I could go back to relive certain moments, and so many of those moments I wish I could relive or do again happened right here in this vicinity. It was just, yeah, a place where all the family came together, and we used to have friends down, and it was just the heartbeat of the family for so long. And yeah, now that, you know, Grandpa has gone and my both grandparents have gone, it does make you very grateful for those times and to be able to do those things. And like I just said before, like one of my big goals is to, I mean, all of us kids would love to buy that house back if it ever goes back on sale, but to have a house down here to continue that sort of family tradition in the future is something that motivates me every day to, you know, to get the business to a point where I can do that, and, you know, be able to give my kids that experience as well. So yeah, a lot of gratitude for that, and I'm just gonna sit here for a bit, do a little bit of reflection, and yeah, I'm gonna take you to the second spot. So spot number 2 is about 15 minutes down the road, right? So down here there's basically like 4 main towns that are kind of next to each other all along the coast here. So you've got Goolwa, then Middleton, then Port Elliot, which is where we are now, and then Victor Harbour, which is kind of like the big main sort of town of this little area. But we're in Port Elliot, which is just such, again, another beautiful little town with the beach, which I'm just walking down to now. And we often, since we sold that other house, we often stay down here. We rent a house here for a couple of weeks over sort of Christmas, New Year's. And that's where we sort of spent the last 5 to 6 years every year. And I love to come down here because, you know, when it's warm, obviously we swim and beautiful walks and stuff around here along the coast. But there is a particular spot which I'm taking you guys to now, just down here. It's through the rocks. You don't know it's there unless you know it's there. And this is where, when we stay down here, I grab my coffee, I walk down this street, come out to the ocean and go down and sit at this spot and just journal and just be and just look out at the water. So many times I've been sitting there and dolphins have swum by, and it's just a really, really special spot to me. So I'm gonna head down there now. I've got my little apple, strawberry, cinnamon and honey little mixture and a bit of sugar-free maple syrup that I'm gonna eat. And yeah, I'm gonna go sit down here and show you guys. And of course we've got to walk to this spot barefoot because barefoot is the best. So this is the entrance to it. Again, you wouldn't know it was there unless you knew it was there. So we walk down these rocks and then we come out to this beautiful little opening. Welcome to the spot. I hope you guys can hear me. It's really, really windy and it's quite rough out there today, but yeah, this is where I sit, look out at the ocean, reflect. It's yeah, it's good to be back. I didn't realize how much I needed to come down here and do this today, and actually recording this video is helping so much in my grieving process. It's quite honestly been an interesting grieving process in the last week since Grandpa left, and coming down here and visiting all these spots and, you know, places that I've spent so much time with him and with my family is really, I guess it's not, there is sadness obviously, but I think perspective is something that I am seeing so much differently these days, especially since I've, you know, found my faith, found God. And funnily enough, the spot that I was just at was where I had my first ever out loud conversation with God earlier this year, so holds a very special place there for me. But yeah, just being able to see it in a different light, and obviously being sad, but being so happy to have shared so many amazing memories and had so much passed down to me from him in terms of traits and lessons and all those things and memories. So yeah, sometimes we do need to just get out of the city, get out of our head, get out of our usual routine and do things like this. And yeah, as I said, it might sound silly recording a vlog to go out to everyone on YouTube has been really, really helpful and therapeutic, and just filled with a lot of peace sharing this story. All right, it's time for me to move. I'm going to put that gym session that I had this morning behind me, and we're going to go for a run along the coastline. I'm not going to take this obviously, but I'll record a bit on my phone because this is one of my favorite places to run. You can basically run from here across over to the next town, all on the coast. It's beautiful, beautiful weather. The sun's setting, it's nearly 5 o'clock, and yeah, let's get after it. 5Ks in the bank, and as you saw, just the best place to run, the most perfect weather, beautiful scenery, and just a great way to end the day. So that's where I'm going to wrap this video up. Before I do, get a load of this sunset. It has been the perfect day to come down here. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I know it's been different to the kind of content that I usually put out, but yeah, as I said, this one was almost more for me than for anyone else. But I like sharing this kind of stuff, sharing more about myself, my story, and hopefully, you know, sharing some stuff that you guys can relate to. So I appreciate if you've made it this far. If you're not already, make sure you're subscribed. I've got a bunch of other great content on here, valuable content, other vlogs, and yeah, we're going really, really hard at YouTube. So aiming for 2 new videos a week, one more of this kind of vlog style, and then one more work-related, work-focused. So yeah, if you enjoy this content, subscribe, like the video, and we'll see you in the next one.
If an angel came down to me, asked what I would do differently, I would say nothing you see. I love someone truly, and if I do not see tomorrow, you know it's gonna be alright, 'cause I got my baby right by my side.